Hello everyone, this is David at H2. I am doing this video for a letter to Congress, both House and Senate, for a couple of actions dealing with the ICE incidents and other budgetary concerns. The letter starts, subject, request for formal reading into the congressional record and executive accountability. Dear representatives, dear Senator, I am writing to you as a concerned citizen to demand immediate congressional oversight and accountability regarding the current administration's pattern of administrative lawlessness and public misinformation. I request that this letter be read on the floor or read on the House and Senate floor and entered into the official congressional record to document these grievances from the American public. One, discrepancies in executive statements. The American people rely on integrity of the vice president and the cabinet to uphold the truth. However, recent statements regarding law enforcement immunity demonstrates a troubling lack of transparency. On January 8, 2026, following the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, Vice President J.D. Vance asserted that the ICE agent involved was protected by absolute immunity and that the local prosecutor would be tossed out by a judge. Yeah, that's not true. Just weeks later, when confronted with the legal reality that absolute immunity is not recognized statutory protection for such conduct, the vice president claimed, "I didn't say, and I don't think any of other officials within the Trump administration said the officers who engaged in wrongful would enjoy immunity." That's exactly what they said. This direct contradiction undermines the rule of law. It shields federal agents from the very accountability that the Fifth and 14th Amendment requires. Or two, administrative lawlessness and judicial defiance. There is an unprecedented degree of resistance to the judiciary from the Department of Justice, DOJ, and the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. Reports indicate that administration defies approximately one out of every three judicial rulings against its policies. Tom Homan, overseeing deportation efforts, explicitly stated, "I don't care what judge thinks," regarding orders to halt specific removal flight. Emile Beauvais, a key official in the DOJ, has been accused by whistleblowers of instructing staff to ignore valid court orders. The testing of fences of our Constitution constitutes a crisis when the executive branch treats court orders as optional suggestions. The balance of power is effectively dissolved. Three, fiscal priorities, defense versus healthcare coverage. Congress continues to hold essential appropriations hostage while the White House proposes a 2026 budget that guts the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS. The current proposal calls for a 40% cut to National Institute of Health, NIH, and the reduction of DHHS discretionary budget from 128.7 billion to 95.4 billion. It is a moral and fiscal failure to funnel more money into the defense and homeland security without first ensuring that every citizen in the United States has comprehensive health coverage. We are told the cuts help the average person, but the reality is the significant loss in research and chronic disease and the public health infrastructure. Four, immigration enforcement and human rights. I urge Congress to refrain from further funding of Homeland Security and ICE until a third-party, nonpartisan body can audit these agencies and hold officials accountable for civil rights violations. Furthermore, I request the following actions. 1, judicial qualifications. Ensure all immigrant judges are qualified, nonpartisan legal professionals rather than political appointees. 2, Somali and conflict zones. Overrule the termination of temporary protected status, TPS, from Somalia announced January 13, 2026, and refrain from deporting individuals to Afghanistan and other active conflict zones where they would face certain murder or torture. This is a violation of the principles of non-refoulement under international law and 8 U.S. Code, Section 1231, subsection B, third country removal. Cease the practice of deporting individuals to third countries to which they have no cultural or familial ties with, while 8 USC subsection 1231 B 2E allows for alternate removals using it to bypass safety protection from refugees is a subversion of the law's intent. 5, formal request for removal. Given the aforementioned pattern of disobeying court orders and the precocious misinformation regarding the federal immunity, I join the call for members of this body, including Senator Ed Markey and Representative Yasmin Ansari, to uphold this administration accountable, whether through the 25th Amendment or the impeachment process. The executive branch must be reminded that they are not above the law. Thank you for your time and your service to the Constitution. America and the world are watching, and sources are included with links if you want to check those out. The one thing I'd like to add to this is I am seeing a lot of videos coming out with him saying, with added audio added to it, which was not in the original audio, or that they're saying certain things that can't be really heard. We do not need to add anything to these videos. We do not need to edit these videos. We need to put them out as they are and show what they really say. Do not say, oh, look, he said he's looking for a gun. When he was, if you read the court order or the court statement, the doctor that came up to check on him said they were counting the bullet holes, which is a lot worse than looking for the bullets, looking for the gun. So that's important that we need to point out. The other thing is make sure that they can hear the cries of the woman saying over and over again, they killed him. That's part of that thing. Now, please, 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 if you're going to show these videos, incident or any other incidents that involve hewing and or firing guns, blood, or any mass damage to people, we need to put a trigger warning on it and ensure that people know what's coming. It is very harmful that they go straight in these videos. Matter of fact, yesterday I went from video to video of the Alex shooting in Minnesota over and over and over again, which is very troubling to mental health. Please put warnings. No, but I'm saying put a warning on there. If you duet a video or something, put a warning on there. And if you download a video and reload it under your own name, put reference to the original creator. Don't steal their content and put your name on it. That way people can go verify the source and verify it's true. Because I am seeing videos taken off one way and then edited and come up and say, oh, look, he says this, but that never happened. It was either 2 months ago that someone said it, or it really never happened in that thing. Weapon found in the shooting was pictured on a car seat. Why was it pictured on the car seat? Usually they put it on the hood of the cars so that people could see it. They don't put it on the car seat. And to say, oh, it had a red dot sights. Yeah, okay, but stop trying to draw conclusions. The fact is, yes, he did have a gun. Everybody admits that he had the gun. Everybody admits that he had the weapon. He had the right to carry under concealed carry. That was all legal. The part that we need to point out is that the ICE agent took the weapon, and some people have said as he's walking away, he fires the weapon, hair trigger, whatever. That's the first mistake. And the reason that I call that out, and people may call me wrong for doing it, is he should not have put his finger anywhere close to that trigger. That gun, yes, gets removed from the actions, but it needs to be taken off immediately and made safe. If anything, he could have pulled back on it to ensure that it wouldn't fire, but no, he grabbed it and went away, not paying attention to where his fingers were, and fired if possible, which caused the other 9 shots into the man and killing him. That's the important things that we need to draw. Who cares where they got the picture from? Point out the fact that they took the gun away from him and then shot him. That's the important factor. And point out that he was never aggressive. They pushed him. He got in between a female or 2 females, if I remember right, and them to save them. When they went and grabbed him, he was trying to help the woman up, and they jerked him back while he still had a hold of the woman, janking the woman with him. I only saw one ICE agent that actually got involved and actually tried to help the women out of the scene. Yeah, okay, help the women out, but why did you not do anything to stop what was going on behind them, behind you? You allowed that to happen, and I'm sorry, but that whole incident goes to show what untrained, unqualified people will cause to happen from the simple thing that they don't know what they're doing. They heard the firing of the gun and immediately reacted by shooting. And that, in reality, is a scared response. What they did was truly a scared response. That's the 10 shots were truly scared. They truly felt as though they were in danger at that point. Now, their stuff afterwards is totally wrong. But was it planned? Probably. But you can see by their reaction of what happened as soon as that shot went off, how they reacted proves that they were actually scared in that exact moment, but only then. Because they weren't paying attention to what was happening, an innocent person got killed. That's where inexperience pays off, because an experienced officer would not have pulled the trigger, number one. Number two, when they heard it go off and they backed away, didn't see any gun on him, see his hands free, that would have stopped the action. But their inexperience and the fear of the moment caused the gun to go off, which created the whole issue. Thank you for your time. Like, share, follow. Please remember, you are loved no matter what you do. Subscribe where you can, and I need more followers on Substack and YouTube. Thank you very much. Bye.